What's going on, guys? Oh my Godzilla back here with a very exciting Godzilla figure review. This time another banger from HIYA Toys from GXK, the new empire. We have their Energized Godzilla in the Exquisite Basic line. This one is absolutely gorgeous, a very unique one, a very cool color, definitely an eye grabber on the shelf. I cannot wait to dive in and take a better look at this figure. Guys, without further ado, let's jump right in.
Oh my God!
Before we get into this figure, I want to take a quick peek at the box. Very cool look on the box here. We have a bunch of the planes, kind of lightning, a lot of blue vibes, very reminiscent of the scene when we kind of have Godzilla energized, when all those planes are coming at him and he's taking them out. You got the movie logo up here, Exquisite Basic, HIYA down in the bottom, got the little caution goodies on the bottom corner there. Just kind of a continuation of the image and the clouds and whatnot. Obviously the film logo again. Pretty basic size of the packaging. Back is just going to have kind of the usual HIYA goodies, and then a couple of really good images of the figure, really cool edits on the spines to make them have that kind of extra glow, and the bottom of the box is just kind of the typical, the continuation of the vibes from the front. Let's get back into the figure. So we are back with our HIYA Toys Exquisite Basic Energized Godzilla from Godzilla's Calling the New Empire. And this figure, again, just looks absolutely gorgeous. We're going to start out on the bottom of the figure, work our way up detail-wise and sculpt-wise. It's going to be pretty much the exact same sculpt I think we've seen with the Godzilla pre-evolved, the first figure HIYA Toys did in their Exquisite Basic line for GXK. But definitely, obviously, a bunch of different colors added to this figure. We have a ton of the blue energy kind of creeping through. Really good, typical HIYA Toys detail on the leg. Very amazing sculpt. Looking great coming up. Just a lot of this blue energy seeping out of the design here. Really cool look coming up the back of the leg. Moving into the chest area, it looks great. The whole front of the figure looks amazing. I love how I think they nailed the sculpt. And this figure obviously once again takes advantage of how well HIYA Toys did on the sculpt. Really, really exquisite job. That's probably why they call this line the Exquisite Basic line. But just an amazing job here. Starting at the bottom of the tail. Color is perfect all the way up. The spines are really cool. I love how the blue gets a lot more concentrated and darker there on the spines. Makes them pop really well. And then kind of once we get into the bigger spines, just kind of starting with this little spine here, maybe a touch into this one, we do get some of those kind of white edges to them. And then obviously the bigger the spines get, the more of that white edge kind of seeps in and takes up the majority of the spine. Moving in, more of those gorgeous details on the spines. The face and head look awesome. Pretty typical for HIYA. My one small complaint is the eyes kind of get lost in there. I wish they had kind of intentionally done the eyes a little bit darker or something, or a little bit brighter. Just a little something to draw you right into those eyes. Because I think Godzilla's eyes, when he was super energized, looked so good. They popped really well. So they could have done that a little bit better, but that's okay. Again, really cool. They have that color extend inside the mouth and into the tongue. Top of the mouth is done. Top of the mouth is detailed, of course, as we come to expect with HIYA Toys. So really, really phenomenal detail, obviously, because we've seen this sculpted before. And then a really unique paint job on top of it to represent the Energized Godzilla we saw in the movie. Once again, in typical HIYA fashion, we do have a wide range of articulation. We'll again start at the bottom. So with the foot, we are going to have good rotation kind of here. And it also is going to have kind of tilt and point and flex. So really posable foot just from the beginning. Moving up, our next part of articulation is going to kind of be the bottom half of the leg, the shin area. That's going to get some rotation there. And then the full knee is going to get rotation from about here to about there. It doesn't have a ton of range of motion, but, you know, close to 90 to straight. So, which is enough to, you know, to pose him how Godzilla could naturally pose. So nothing that you're not going to, he gets you where you need to go. The width, the articulation here, going to be really easy. This figure, I just opened this guy up. He was sitting on the porch for a couple hours, and it's like 95 degrees here. So this figure, nice and warm, so articulation is going to move really well. There's kind of your thigh point bending. So, again, I always kind of recommend this with a lot of these figures, especially the HIYA ones, SH Monster Arts as well. If your figures are feeling a little stiff, heat them up. Don't heat them too much, but take the hairdryer to them, loosen those joints up, because the heat kind of just loosens everything. It gives you gives you a better range of use of that articulation. So moving into the chest, we're gonna have, he can spin all the way around if you don't mind kind of popping his spines up over each other. You gotta, these spines have to clear this big spine. So if he's warm enough to do that, you can do that. Normally I do not bend my figures that much, but just since he was so warm out in the sun, this guy's able to do that bend. Moving into the arms, we do have easy 360 on the shoulder there, and then this also is going to kind of be on a ball joint, so it kind of comes out, bends out, and flexes that way as well. Elbow, point, flex, got that. It's also going to spin, so we have that piece there. Wrist, spin, and bending there as well, so very articulate in the arms. The head can have a couple of pieces, full range of motion, kind of there's your full down, there's your full up. and then side to side, you can get about that out of him. So pretty, you know, not crazy articulate on the head, but he gets you where you need to be. Mouth kind of can open up to here, obviously the close, and then articulated tongue as we've come to expect with HIYA Toys as well in there. Last piece of articulation I want to check out. Tail, kind of there's your up, there's your down. Side to side, it's pretty decent. You can bend it to about there, and it'll stay pretty well. Obviously, you can do the same on the other side. So decently articulate tail. They've definitely not quite perfected the SH Monster Arts tails quite yet, but HIYA Toys definitely has very good articulation in their tails. Interesting about this figure, we did get a couple of fists. I'm not sure how I feel about them. I'll take a look at one really quick if I don't drop them again. It does give you a kind of good look at the, you know, the nails, the claws. They do look good. Good detail again on the hands. The knuckles look good. So you could obviously just pop off the wrist here and throw that fist on if you wanted. I'm not sure how I feel about the fist. I kind of think I like Godzilla's hands a little more relaxed. So I think I'll probably, you know, display them with these. But it's nice to have the extra set of hands. I would have preferred a breath effect over a random extra set of hands. But, you know, beggars cannot be choosers, I suppose. So let's get into some size comparisons. So just really quickly, this is the pre-evolved Godzilla from Godzilla X Kong from HIYA Toys. So this is the sculpt that it was based off of. Just wanted to show these two figures side by side for a brief moment. This is the Heat Ray Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. There's the Heat Ray. Just wanted to kind of show them off against a couple other HIYA Toys figures. Last HIYA figure, the Burning Godzilla from King of the Monsters, obviously. Just so this one's kind of a, you know, the equivalent, I would call it. You know, it's kind of opposite. You got the blue, you got the kind of orangey red. So cool to see these two figures next to each other for the first time. This is kind of the closest thing we have to a translucent movie monster series for this model. This is just the Godzilla vs. Kong DVD figure that came with it for Bandai. And still in his package, the Energized Godzilla from Playmates Toys. Just kind of wanted to show you these two figures since they're technically the same figure, so it's kind of cool to see them side by side as well. So this figure available on HIYA Toys or INS Hobby, coming soon on Big Bad Toy Store and whatnot. I always recommend, if you don't mind paying a little extra for shipping, I always recommend getting your HIYA Toys right from HIYA Toys directly, or INS Hobby. You tend to get them pretty darn quick. You have to pay a little extra for shipping, but you get the figures very early. If you want to save some money on shipping and don't mind waiting to get them a little longer, Big Bad Toy Store is perfectly fine for them. Definitely recommend this figure. I think he's gorgeous. I recommend all the HIYA Toys figures. I'm going to continue to collect every figure in that line, and this one definitely slaps. It's a very good one. I cannot wait for more Godzilla X Kong figures, especially Godzilla Evolved and Shimo. I cannot wait to see those kind of figures enter this line. But this figure, definitely amazing. Standard HIYA price, $55, somewhere in that range. Definitely you can acquire him. So let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section below. Let me know which upcoming HIYA Toys figure. We have a bunch of them we're waiting on. Which one you are most excited for? Is it some of the Toho classics? We got Godzilla 91, we got King Ghidorah, or is it some more of the MonsterVerse stuff like Shimo, Godzilla Evolved? You're waiting for Beast of Kong, Scar King. What do you want? I'm super excited for the future of HIYA Toys. They never seem to miss a beat. Everything they give us is just absolutely gorgeous. This figure, of course, is in that camp. So let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we will see you in the next one.